Now, some residents in Douglas in the Northern Cape have threatened to bring a housing project in their area to a halt. Frustrated residents complain about being excluded from getting houses. They've expressed concerns that authorities have reneged on the initial plan to build 400 houses in the area. Residents from Dalton, Arkalon and Mid-Block fear missing out on accessing housing despite following processes to benefit from a multi-billion rand housing project launched by President Cyril Ramaphosa. Meanwhile, the Department of Cooperative Governance, Human Settlements and Traditional Affairs says one of the key criteria for the project was that it should be implemented in areas where bulk infrastructure has already been established. It says that how locations were determined for ongoing projects. The department says it's worked closely with the municipality to identify both the project areas and the beneficiaries. Let's expand this with the SABC News reporter Karabo Siyoko, who joins us to discuss this. Karabo, very good evening to you. Lots of concerns around this housing project. I mean, I know you've interacted with some of the residents who are really looking for answers and some sense of accountability. What have you uncovered?
Good evening, Paul. What I've uncovered is that when we went to the areas in Dalton, Arkalon and Mid-Block, residents that side are angry, they are furious, and they are threatening to bring the project on a halt because they say it's exclusionary. What they want is that they demand answers to get to know how is it that some residents are getting houses when some are not, and they've been staying at those shacks more than 10 years.
So what has the reaction been? I mean, as they voice out their concerns, what sort of reactions have you garnered?
They have attempted to stop the construction today when we went to do the interviews with them, and also they have written memorandums to the Sianguma municipality together with the Department of Cooperative Governance, and they have promised that they will meet with the residents to explain how this process worked. And also, from when we were talking to them, they said that not everyone will be able to receive a house, as from the 5 districts in the Northern Cape, 13 municipalities are benefiting, and Sianguma is only going to be receiving 150 houses.
So the authorities who are accused of reneging on the initial plan to build these houses, what have they had to say about this?
The residents say there is more than 400 plus shacks in the area of Douglas. Hence, everyone did their due processes to be beneficiaries of these houses. However, only 150 are getting. So, from when we were talking to the authorities the last time, they said they had to share the houses between the districts, and for Pixley Kaseme, which Sianguma falls under, will only be getting 150, while other municipalities also have to benefit from the housing project.
With a very disappointed community who were hoping to get these homes, how has the wait, I mean, you speak about some of the residents having established there for over 10 years, how has that impacted their day-to-day lives?
Well, what they say is that they demand change because they've been living in shacks for more than decades, and it can't be that one neighbor is getting a house and the other is not, because from what we have seen there, it's that they are digging trenches in one house and then skipping 2 houses, and then another house is getting, while the others are not getting in the same street. So they are angry about that, and they demand answers, saying they won't let the construction continue until they get their answers from the authorities.
So this is going to be ongoing. How long do you think they're going to carry on like this? Because, of course, they do want answers and accountability.
Well, I think if the municipality and the department was to engage the residents, then they can decide if they are going to stop with this protesting of wanting to house the project, because that's what they're waiting from them. They're waiting for answers. They're waiting for someone who will come to explain to them, but no one is saying anything.
Would you say that it's been a fairly peaceful call of protest?
Yes, so far it has been a peaceful one.
Very well. Thank you so much. Let's leave it there. SABC News reporter Karabo Siyoko giving us a sense of residents in the Northern Cape having threatened to bring a housing project in their area to a halt, saying that they've waited for more than a decade.